Welcome back. You're still tuned into Halftime Report on CNBC TV18. Well, let's focus on the entire real estate sector. Blackstone Real Estate, with a $65 billion dry powder, sees India as a high priority market. Kathleen McCarthy, who's the global co-head, tells Nisha Poddar that many subsets of realty like logistics and warehouse, hospitality, retail are all attractive in India. And after successful exit from the Embassy REIT, Blackstone continues to look for office space investments in the country. Listen in to excerpts of that conversation.
Well, India is certainly a market that is a high priority, high conviction market where, as you noted at the beginning, we have invested a lot. We have a $20 billion real estate portfolio, and we hope to do a lot more.
Yes.
Our method of investing really starts by zooming out and looking at macro trends. What's happening in the way people are living, working, shopping, traveling, spending their money. And then we try to invest in the real estate assets that are benefiting from those changes and those mega trends.
Yes.
And so globally, our highest conviction theme has been logistics, warehouses.
Yes.
Here too, we're just getting started as there's so many opportunities on the ground.
Yes.
And we look at our portfolio, which today is 42% logistics, and we still see very strong fundamentals. And that's been driven by e-commerce, as well as the fact that you see this shift in terms of the different patterns of supply chains.
Right.
And so in our portfolio, we're benefiting in terms of generating cash flow growth because as you sign new leases, that's off of prior leases that were set at a different time and in a lower rent environment.
Yes.
And so our investors can benefit from that. At the same time, and when I talk about the opportunities ahead, what we see happening as a result of the higher cost of capital and higher cost to build is new supply coming down sharply. So in the U.S., we've seen new supply come down by, as far as new starts, by about 70%.
Right.
And here in India, we're just at the beginning stages of seeing what the opportunity is for logistics assets. To give you a sense, the entire country of India, 1.4 billion people, has half the amount of logistics warehouse supply as the city of Chicago. That has 2.8 million people. So we're just getting going, but we think that's a conviction theme that we can continue to invest behind here.
Right.
And one of the things we love about India is that so many of the things that we invest behind globally, data transformation, digitization, the movement of goods online, propensity of people to travel, we see these as opportunities to continue investing in India as well.
All right. So you spoke about logistics and warehouse. And of course, there is a huge headroom for growth in India. And GST has done a lot to attract global investors like yourself to really come to India and look at this particular space. So you're not the only one. I would say that there is a lot of competition in this space. A small part of your portfolio right now is in the warehousing space. So give me a breakup. You were very big on the commercial office space, and you have also benefited from it in terms of returns, value unlocking as well, which is one of the cornerstones for investments, right, for an investor. So how do you see now your entire breakup of segments in real estate? Are you going to invest more in office, or are you going to focus on warehousing, and which are the other areas?
Well, you highlighted a lot of investors are now turning their attention to India, but we've been here for a long time.
Yes.
This office we're in today, we opened in 2006, and in particular in the office sector, we really saw an opportunity after the global financial crisis when so many investors had really left the market. And we did here what we do everywhere, which is try to build great businesses behind this conviction idea. In office in particular, we've had much more enthusiasm here than we've had in other parts of the world. And that's because we see global companies coming to India, trying to attract this highly talented, English-speaking, well-trained population. And so we've built a series of office companies and investments. As you highlighted, we recently had the last share sale out of Embassy REIT, which is a company we created as the very first REIT in India, pioneering that market. We're grateful to have had an opportunity to work with the government on creating the legislation that enabled REITs to take hold here. And we continue to be interested in that sector. Again, we don't see any abatement in the interest of global companies to come and find great talent in India. the amount of travel that we see already starting to happen, that we see growing in India, both with the domestic traveler and the rest of the world wanting to come here, huge opportunity in a very underserved market.
Yes.
We bring experience as the most active investor in hospitality assets in the whole world. We have $40 billion worth of those assets today. And we bring that expertise into this market and see that as an opportunity ahead.
Which will be your top priority if I have to choose between warehousing, hospitality, you mentioned retail, and office space? You're already very big in it. Which will be your top priority in India, or at least attractive proposition?
Well, you're asking me to choose among my children. So as I said, we invest globally in these high conviction themes. We see opportunities to invest in them in India, and also the sectors like office and retail, where we've been more cautious in other markets.
Right.
We have $65 billion of dry powder. And so the luxury we have is that we don't have to choose among them a favorite. We will always look at where are the best opportunities, and where do we have these advantages that our longstanding business here, our deep and talented team, and the portfolios that we have that give us data. We can do multiple things at once, investing behind all these sectors.
All right, interesting information coming in from Blackstone there. Take a short break, come back, get you more of the markets. In fact, we'll talk about trading strategies at a time when the market is at a record high. The start of a new series. Manish Hatiramani of Deen Dayal Investments will join us.